Good morning. Today's May 9th, 2019. It's 5:50 in the morning. I've kind of been up for an hour now. I wanted to share a couple things for you on day 3 of dealing with borderline personality disorder. A few things that I've learned kind of in group, coping skills, coping mechanisms, whatnot. But first, I want to say thank you to all of you. First, if you can already tell a difference, I am wearing makeup today, so that's a big victory in its own. They are having like muffins with mom today at Luke's school to celebrate the mothers for our Mother's Day weekend. So I would say that's a big reason why, because after that, then I have to go work out with my personal trainer who's going to kick my butt today. So I'm not checking in today. I have to work around my schedule and figure out, because I have to report 3 days a week in order for my insurance to cover it. And if I don't report to outpatient care, then I'll be dismissed from the program and then the insurance won't cover it. So I'm trying to figure out a consistent 3 days that I will be going, but I will not be going on today, and I will not be going on Fridays because Luke does not have school on Fridays. Anyway, today's a victory. I was able to put makeup on and feel good about myself today, and I want to attribute a lot of that to you, to your support in all of this. Even though I am seeking counsel, I will say that the outpouring of your messages, your thoughts, your concerns, your stories that you've been willing to share with me in confidence has helped tremendously. Oh, I have a visitor. Good morning, Angel Bug. Daddy's still making memes if you want to go lay down with Daddy in the bed. Do you need a snuggle? Oh, I have a sleepy little boy. What are you doing upstairs, Flipper Flopper? I was going upstairs to say hi to your friends. Oh, I'm just shooting a video right now if you want to say hi. Hi. It's so early in the morning, Chicka-Booker. I have to go potty. Okay, go potty. I like to play with my Black Panther buddy because he's so awesome. He is awesome. This might be quick. Luke slept in his bed last night by himself. Usually I have to sleep with him, or Matt sleeps with him, or he'll come in our bed in the middle of the night. That did not happen. So, victories. Anyway, I wanted to share, I know some of you are dealing with depression yourself, that are dealing with mental health issues. Some of you are parents of children who are dealing with depression and mental health issues. I hate calling it mental health issues. It sounds so one flew over the cuckoo's nest, if you will. I'm just going to refer to it as our gifts. I was looking for you. Daddy was looking for you. I was looking for the couch. Or in the bed with Daddy. And you couldn't find me? No, I'm up here. I'm working for a minute. Do you want to come over here? Mm-hmm. For 1 second? They'll just see your face. They won't see anything else. I think it comes on so that won't see you. Yes, I think that's a great idea. What else do you want me I think I'm good right now, love. Thank you for offering. Like another work thing. Another work thing? Yeah, you might need it. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I have everything I need. Okay. Yeah, I have all my books that I was going to tell them I've been reading about. Yeah. You tell about yourself when I come back. tell him about my son when you come back. Absolutely, I will tell you about my son when he comes back. Anyway, sorry, parenting duty calls. I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I've been exposed to in the last year that have helped me in coping with all of this. My husband and I run a real estate team, and we just brought on another CEO to help us run the team. Just helped tremendously, especially in this situation since I've had to take kind of a hiatus sabbatical from that. But I hop on CEO phone calls. I'm privy to kind of high-level masterminds that they share all kinds of organizational skills, coping skills, things to kind of help train the mind, calm the mindset, strengthen the mindset, so that I feel like I can impart to you. One is being consistent with everything, coming up with a morning routine, waking up at the same time every day. Even if you don't feel like it, even if it hurts to get out of bed, waking up at the same time definitely helps. I will say what has really helped me tremendously, especially as a mom in the mornings, is getting your kids ready for the following day the night before. So I'll have Luke pick out his clothes the night before so it can forego any morning conflict. If I pick out something, he's like, I don't want to wear that. I don't want to wear Black Panther. I want to be Captain America today. It's a meltdown. I know being a first-time mom and having to deal with morning routines with him was a struggle. He's not a morning person at all. I mean, even his teachers are like, after lunch, he's a completely different human being. So I'm trying to do my best to get him. You're back. It's going to take a lot longer than I thought. But thanks for hanging in there with me. I wanted to share some books also that I've been reading that have helped with. Hang on one moment. Hang on. That have helped me identify kind of who I am, my strengths and weaknesses. My husband bought me this book. It's called Girl, Stop Apologizing. I have not read her first book, which is called Girl, Wash Your Face. But her name is Rachel Hollis. I've read her book. I haven't really read into her blogs or anything much, but her book is really great. It's helped empower me to kind of stand up for myself, my feelings. I felt very ashamed in dealing with what I'm dealing with, so I would never really vocalize because I always knew something was wrong with me or something was off. But it kind of reinforces just being brave, being courageous, and standing up for yourself. I think people with borderline personality disorder, because we know that, we shut down and we don't want to come off and seem as irrational or share our feelings for fear of people calling our feelings ridiculous or crazy, delusional, asinine, crazy trigger words like that. That gets us in our feelings. So, but there is a video on YouTube that I would highly recommend, especially if you're a female and a male, because I think you could learn a lot. But go on YouTube, look for Lewis Howes. His name is Lewis, Lewis Howes, Howes. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He has some of the best interviews. Oops, sorry about that. He has some of the best interviews that I've seen. He's a great interviewer. Anyways, he interviews Rachel Hollis. So if you look up Lewis Howes and Rachel Hollis interview, tune into that. I'd love to hear your ahas about that interview down below. I think it would be life-altering, life-changing for the majority of you. Also, my husband, again, we're in real estate. I'll probably say that a million times, but we're part of the Hergenrother group, and Adam is one of the best in his field, and we're so happy and to be able to partner with him and have him walk alongside us in our real estate journey. And so my husband's in this coaching program with him, and he sends a book a quarter to them for them to read. My husband doesn't read the books. I read the books. And I kind of give him my cliff notes on it. And then he determines whether or not he should read the book or not. Just don't tell him I told you that. So one of the books that was recommended was Relentless by Tim S. Grover. If you're a dude and you love sports, this book is undeniably probably one of the greatest books I've ever read. I just got into reading because one of my 2018 goals was to read a book a month. But right now I'm on track, so I'm not trying to do any more, any less. But Tim S. Grover, he is the private trainer to Michael Jordan, D. Wade, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan. He talks about Tiger Woods, a lot about staying relentless, being courageous. He talks about 3 different personalities in here, and I think this is so pivotal and so important for you to understand kind of who you are as a person, where you stand. I think people who deal with mental health issues just don't know where they stand in the world, where they fit in. And so I think the more we read up on different personalities, we realize we don't have to fit into like one certain box. So this talks about 3 different kind of people: a cooler, a closer, and a cleaner. The different mentalities. I will share an excerpt from this book. On page 28 and 29, it gives you examples of coolers, closers, and cleaners. So, for instance, a cooler can have an amazing game. Closers can have an amazing season. Cleaners have amazing careers. Coolers worry about the competition and how they measure up. Closers study the competition and plan their attack based on the opponent. And cleaners make the competition study them. They don't care whom they're facing. They know they can handle anyone. So, and it just goes on, and it talks about just the 3 different personalities and how each personality is necessary in the world and on a team. On a competitive team, I would even go to say in a family. Your children even know who to go to for permission to get away with certain things. I kind of like being Luke's go-to for sound advice, and Matt gets the Luke who is the whiny, who wants toys and wants things bought for him, because Matt will give in quickly to that, and I usually don't have a problem saying not right now or not today. Another thing I want to kind of impart on you is changing your words about your surroundings, about yourself. There's a company that both Matt and I worked for called the Hillstone Restaurant Group. They have restaurants like Hillstone, Houston's R&D Kitchen, Sherry Creek Grill, Gulf Streams. They're peppered all over the East and West Coast. We have a few here in Dallas, Honor Bar in Highland Park. So Matt and I have worked for the company for over 10 years combined, and they taught us to remove no from our vernacular completely. If someone were to come in the restaurant and order a drink at the bar and like, oh, I'd like a Coors Light, instead of saying like, oh, we don't have Coors Light, what else would you like? You say, actually, we offer Amstel Light, Shock Top, Blue Moon, Shiner. So you don't have Coors Light? And instead of saying like, no, we don't have it, it's just saying correct. But removing no, giving other options. If Luke wants to go to the store, buy a toy, it's like, hey, we're going to go to the grocery store, we're going to buy milk, eggs, and this. Maybe next time, depending on your behavior or whatnot, on your attitude, I try to reward his politeness as much as possible. But I try not to ever tell him no, but I tell him yes, but this is how. This is how we're going to achieve this. So I think putting that into your life will help. Stop calling yourself names. I know that I was in a sticky habit of doing that. My mind will just go in 5 million different places, right? So I'd say things to myself like, God, you're so stupid, or you're so ridiculous, or how absent-minded can you be, Jennifer? I call myself names. And so try to today kind of just declare that you're going to start changing the words that you use around yourself and around your family. I hope those little tips and tricks help you and they help your loved one today. Another thing, especially for those of you who are parents of people who are suffering with depression or with our special gifts, our mental health gifts, reassuring them helps. On a day that, like for instance, today, I'm going to try my hardest. I know Matt's going to be like, oh, you look beautiful because I have makeup on and I'm dressed. It does make us feel like, oh, on the other days we don't, and it's not that they're saying that we're not, it's just you look exceptional today. So I know a lot of you are like, I don't want to have to stop and think about like how I'm talking to other people, but I think we should. And I think if we start changing the small little words, if we take every thought captive, if we breathe a little bit, if we just are slow to kindness, slow to speak and quick to listen, I think we'll unlock quite a few things. So I hope you have a great day. Mine is panning out to be great. He's sitting right here being sweet boy. Today we're having muffins with Mommy for Mother's Day weekend. How do you feel about that? You feel like you have a good mommy? Yeah? What do you love most about your mama? Lukey? What's so special about your mama? He's like, girl, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got time for that. Do I have to come back to you on that?
Dating.
Dating?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean dating?
Mom's left donut, and I want to eat donuts in the morning.
They're at your school, we're having muffins with Mom.
But I don't want to have muffins.
He wants donuts. You want donuts with Dad, not muffins with Mom. There you go, out of the mouth of babes. What can you say? I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this message finds you well. Change the way you see yourself. Change the way you talk to yourself. I think it does start with inner dialogue in your head. So the quickest way to change is to change the people you hang around with, change the things you watch, change the things you read. I had to stop. I had to get off my phone and playing Gardenscapes and Candy Crush and start picking up a book and reading, getting onto podcasts, listening to certain messages. I have a hard time focusing on the Bible in the morning, so I listen to Stephen Furtick. If you don't know who he is, you might recognize. Get on board. He is an amazing, amazing individual. He's my age. I'm 37. I think he's like 38. He's a pastor out at a church in North Carolina called Elevation Church. Look him up on YouTube, Stephen Furtick, Elevation Church, North Carolina. The way he brings God's word is raw, it's unfiltered, it's geared toward today's generation. It is God's word lived and breathed today. Oh, you got to be very gentle when you turn the pages, silly. That helps. Subscribe to Tony Robbins' website. I know that no one likes to dig into their emails and read their emails, but there's some blogs in there that are so helpful. Bring out the big guns. Just because you can't afford a $5,000 ticket to see Tony Robbins doesn't mean you get to miss out on some of the nuggets that he does have to offer. YouTube him. When Matt and I are at hardcore disagreements, that's usually what I do. I'm like, Tony Robbins, Stephen Furtick. There is a great interview on YouTube between T.D. Jakes and Stephen Furtick. T.D. Jakes wrote this book called Soar. And Stephen Furtick interviews him. Bless you. You don't have mocos. A little bit mocos. He interviews him, and he talks about just like entrepreneurship, staying focused, staying driven, staying in a positive mindset, doing what it takes to meet your goals. And I think if you are struggling with our gifts, our mental health issues, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a goal, we have to start there. And I know you'll sit there and look at a blank piece of paper forever and be like, I don't even know. I just need to get through today. Stay tuned. I can come alongside you as much as I possibly can to help you come up with those goals. Those goals aren't like who you want to be when you grow up. Sometimes those short-term and merely, I want to get dressed today. I want to take a shower. I want to shave my legs today. Y'all, I shaved yesterday for the first time in I don't know how long. My legs, Matt walks in the shower. He's like, oh, damn, like it's the first time I've taken a shower by myself. My kid's not in here. So I feel like a clean human being, which I needed that after being in the hospital last week. So thank you for your support again. Thank you for your stories. I wish I could reply to every single one of you, but and I'm trying. I really am. My phone is going off the hook like crazy. Here's what I do want you to keep in mind. I am not a professional. I'm a professional borderline personality individual because I live with that. I cannot psychoanalyze you. I cannot tell you what you should be doing. I'm just merely telling you my struggle and sharing, kind of what helps with me. But maybe today, write down on one of your laminated cards that I told you about yesterday. Or no, I didn't. I didn't post that video. Ooh, I'm giving away things already. I have flashcards that I laminate, and I have a dry erase pen, and I write down like thoughts or goals, and it's kind of like an everyday to-do list, but for your mind. Set yourself up for success. I want to read one chapter of said book a day. Try to ditch. Listen, especially for you women, I was an avid Bravo ETV girl. There is nothing that Vanderpump Rules or that $1 Million Listing or whatever novellas that you're choosing to watch in the evening time is going to teach you more than actually picking up a book and reading or tuning into a podcast. You kind of have to help yourself. We want a lot of people to understand what we're going through, but no one can understand if you're not taking active steps to getting better yourself. So don't say no. Replace no with yes, how. Read a chapter instead of binge watching The Real Housewives of fill in the blank. And come up with a morning routine and or like an 8:30 p.m. schedule. I'm going to get my clothes set out for the day. I'm going to get my kids' lunch prepared so that my mornings can go a little bit seamlessly. So I hope any of those things kind of relate to you. I hope they help. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all of your love and your support. I'm trying to get to all of you. I hate that you guys are all suffering, but it is, you guys are giving me a purpose. You guys are really, really are giving me a purpose. And I thought my purpose was going to be walking alongside my husband in his real estate business, and me stepping out in my fear and talking about this has brought on some other, it's just opened my eyes to some things. And so, again, I hope this message finds you well. Thank you again. Hang in there. Today you're going to be great. Cut people some slack. They don't know that you're going through this, but do everything that you can to help yourself, because no one's going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. People can love you through it, but people cannot solve it for you. So I hope I'm empowering you today to take that first step. Take care. Ciao, mi gente.